Well, hello there. Thanks for tuning in to another Thomas Wooden Railway discussion. Today we are going to take a look at the Sodor Mint Car. This was technically only available at this Explore the Rails thing, which I'll explain in a little bit. But I'm going to talk about the packaging here. We're going to unbox this as well, and then I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this item. So this is a Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway item that was not sold in all of your regular stores. It was meant to be an exclusive item that was for something called the Explore the Rails Children's Museum Tour. If you live in the United States, maybe it did come to a place near you. I don't think it ever came to a place near me, but it was kind of this unique piece of Thomas Wooden Railway merchandise that they sold as almost like a commemorative thing. And the best way I can explain it, and it's like if you've ever been to a Day Out with Thomas event, they always have, every single year, they have like a special edition, exclusive version of Day Out with Thomas. It's ranged from versions of Thomas himself. Most of the time it's like a piece of rolling stock, but it says, you know, Day Out with Thomas in the year and everything. So that's kind of like what we're dealing with right here. So I want to give a special thank you to Turtles and Thomas. He was kind enough, I forget where he went. I know he did a video on the Explore the Rails Museum Tour, but I think he went to Strasburg in Pennsylvania for Day Out with Thomas there. And I think they were selling these there, so I had him get me one. And then lo and behold, I went to Strasburg myself and got myself another one as well. So look at that, they even have the same $10.99 price tag. So I'm guessing, that's another thing I'll talk about. I am guessing this was originally sold for like $13, $14, maybe $15 like a normal Thomas item. But I think as this museum tour, as far as I know, they are no longer touring. I think they've had to drop the price to try to get these to move. But I'm all about like these exclusive fun little things. The back is a little interesting. A cargo car full of discovery. Well, is it a cargo car? It's a mint car. You know, when I think of a cargo car, I think of like a plastic car that you can change what's inside, but never mind, that's neither here or there. How many shapes, colors, and circles do you see? Oh boy, this is definitely not aimed at me. Can you name all the different colors? How many ways can you put the cargo car together? Okay, so this is obviously aimed at a child, as is most of Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway merchandise, but it kind of panders to very, very young children, if I can say that. So the copyright information says 2014. I don't know when the Explore the Rails Museum Tour actually started, but apparently this was in production for quite a while. So I'm not going to keep this Sodor Mint Car mint in box, guys. I'm actually going to take it out. I have been waiting to say that joke this entire video. So actually, I'm going to keep this one in the box, but this one, as you can tell, it got a little beat up. This is the one Turtles actually got me because it's all nice. And then when I went to Strasburg in Pennsylvania, I had to get all my stuff home. And this one got a little beat up in my suitcase, so you could kind of see the wear and tear on it. So this is the one I'm going to unbox, and I'll keep the nice mint one, the nice mint Sodor Mint Car, in the box as just kind of a little keepsake thing. So be sure to always recycle. You know, this is cardboard, this is plastic. Try not to throw the packaging away, because then it just sits in a landfill. That's my little, I'll step off my soapbox, but I thought it was important enough to mention that to you guys. So let's take a look at this Explore the Rails Mint Car. This has a very similar design to something called the, I want to say it was like the Pagan Stack. There was like a pack sold for a while. I saw it at Toys R Us for years and it never sold. But it's basically like a redone version of this where you can take the parts and pieces of this car, and you could technically, I think if you had the other version with you, you could like swap some stuff out. I only have this version, so I don't know how crazy this is gonna be. Oh, I thought, that's interesting. I thought it was just gonna be the same thing on both sides. So let's see, the Island of Sodor Department of Treasury. Wow, this is a very kind of grown-up toy, if I can say that. It's like not many kids know what a treasury is. And that's the thing I was gonna talk about. If there's something, you know, called the Sodor Mint Car, well then there has to be a mint somewhere on Sodor. There has to be a treasury. You know, it opens up a lot of questions like, well, where is the mint? You know, I think Wellsworth is the capital of Sodor. I want to say that, I could be wrong. So maybe it's there. Maybe it's in a bigger city like Natford or Tidmouth or I don't know, Vickerstown. But I mean, if you get this item for your series or your layout or something, you could definitely kind of opens up your world to a more realistic toy and location in my opinion. So let's take a look at this triangle. The Island of Sodor Mint Transport official. That looks like Thomas in a top hat. So this gives me the feeling that Sir Topham Hatt has connections to the Department of Treasury, which again we're getting kind of farther and farther away from a kid's toy, but it kind of just opens up all these new possibilities. So it looks like this toy can be split into thirds. We have the Mint Car on the bottom, and then we kind of have these slots up top here where you have this. Can you put this on backwards or upside down? Yes, you can. That's really interesting. Well, yeah, it'll work. Oh, guys, factory air. No, just kidding. So, yeah, I think as a kid, this would be pretty entertaining. For me personally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have this on my layout and I'm going to knock it over and it's just going to fall apart like that. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could like super glue this thing together. I think the whole point of this, and here's just my 2 cents, here's kind of my theory on this. I think they were expecting like that pagan stack thing, whatever, like the swap out interchangeable stuff to be a lot more popular. So that stuff was going to take off, and then it was like, oh, we have this Explore the Rails museum tour, and this is like kind of the official item from that thing. And so then you can swap out, this piece from your pagan stack thing, and you can put that on there and look at all the different combinations you can have. I don't think that stuff ever really took off even before they considered, getting rid of Thomas Wooden Railway and replacing it with Thomas Wood. So, yeah, I really enjoy Turtles and Thomas's video on the Explore the Rails tour. I wish I had gotten to see it in person because it looked really cool, honestly. But you know what? It was kind of a smart promotional / marketing thing to sell like an exclusive piece of merchandise. So I wish I had more to say about this, but that's it. I mean, the bottom here is plastic. This part is wood. Looks like the grill of a car, if you can imagine that. Like the wheels are over here. Yeah, guys, I wish I had more to say. And then it's like, I mean, you could do this. This is weird. Yeah, I guess you can swap it about some different ways, but there's not a whole lot of opportunity. This is completely interchangeable, it looks like. Oh, no, it's not. Ugh. That's interesting. What the heck? There's actually a right and a wrong way to do this? So this is the way I had it. Then I flip it around and it's not lining up, if you guys can see that. These look to be the same size, and these holes don't appear to be off-centered. What? Huh. So that's the right way. Yeah, look at that. I don't want to push it too hard. Okay, so maybe mine's just weird, or maybe this is how it is. But technically, there's only one right way to put this in, which is a little bit bizarre. I was not expecting that. I guess I should talk about this top piece here. We got some doubloons coins in there. I'm trying to see if they have any like writing on them. But I guess Sodor's currency. I don't know if we've ever seen currency in the TV series. It's like a bell. Oh, it's a top hat. Wow, Sir Topham Hatt has some connections. He's on the money. Oh my gosh, this is, I wonder what, the political life is like on Sodor. Maybe that's how Sir Topham Hatt got knighted, because he's called Sir Topham Hatt. So maybe that's what he did in order to be recognized by the Queen. So anyway, I guess, the biggest takeaway from this video, guys, is that Sir Topham Hatt is a very influential and powerful person on Sodor. I mean, it was kind of implied that because, he runs like a very successful railway and all that. But, I mean, he has connections to the Treasury. This is very, very interesting. So, wow. Honestly, I really didn't know what I was going to get when I unboxed this. This is exactly what I was thinking it was going to be. I've stretched this video, I think, long enough. But anyway, guys, that is the Sodor Mint Car. Underneath, it's just labeled the Mint Car. I mean, it's a cool piece of rolling stock. But, yeah, it's definitely, this is definitely meant to entertain someone much younger than myself. However, it's still pretty cool. I don't know how I would feel about this. What if, let's just consider, what if this stuff, these parts right here, what if they were not removable? Would this still be cool? Honestly, I think it would be cool because we've had, this type of non-removable, trucks and rolling stock for a really long time. So if it looked just like this, I still think it's really cool. It's just kind of an added bonus that we get these removable pieces that in a perfect world, if you had gone out and actually bought like that pagan stack stuff where you can, you know, swap things out, then yeah, I guess you could start to create some weird combinations. But this is the only one I have, so this is how the Sodor Mint Car is going to remain. Like I said, I have a new unboxed one right here. Oh yeah, I was kind of seeing if the magnet would work through. Oh yeah, look at that, it does. All right, this video has gone off the rails, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the Sodor Mint Car in the comments below. Overall, not a bad little memento, especially since it was from Explore the Rails. However, like I said, I don't think it sold super well, and so they've kind of had to branch it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's sold at Day Out with Thomas events for a couple of years to come. I think there's a little bit of a surplus of this. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.